Today we're going to be doing the Mcarbo flat trigger install on a P365 XMACRO. This one has a curved trigger. This is actually the FCU that came out of a P365 regular. So we'll try to do this in one take and hopefully everything goes right. So first we'll go ahead and take down, remove the slide. Go into here, we have to drive out this pin that holds the FCU. I've usually been able to do it by just pushing it out. So there you go. Pin is out. FCU should just pull up and then back. There you go. Module out of the way. So I've watched enough videos about this where I think I feel confident doing so in one shot. So we're going to start off first on this side of the FCU. We're going to take down and the slide releaser on, and we're going to go ahead and lift this portion here. This is the pin that you need to lift, but you don't want to lift it all the way out, because if you do, this whole assembly comes apart. So what we want to do is take a pick, get in there underneath it, and usually you can grab it at the very top here. Try to get centered up, and then while holding everything together, just kind of lightly lift. And you're not trying to rush this because you don't want it to come all the way out. And once you get it high enough, what you're trying to do is be able to get into here and grab it where it gets high enough and turn it. So like right there, you can see I was able to turn it. So let's see where it started at. I originally started here, where this flat portion here is pretty much in line with the CU. And I'm going to turn it now that I have it high enough. And I'll turn it all the way to about 9 o'clock. It won't go any more from there. So then what you'll do from there is you'll lift. There you go. So that first portion comes out. This part is known as a takedown safety lever. So put that to the side for now. And then what we'll want to do next is we'll want to go ahead and I believe the next step that you do from here is you're going to want to take out the slide release. That comes out like that. Sorry, this is the takedown lever. That one comes out just like that. And then what we'll want to do is take out this trigger spring. I'll go ahead and pull the trigger, see if that helps any. There you go. I think we got it. There you go. Just gotta make sure this spring doesn't go flying anywhere. So there's your trigger spring. Now what that allows us to do now is go into this side, pull this up. You're going to want to work it a little bit loose. And then what you'll want to do now is take down the pin that holds the trigger in place. And that is achieved by just pushing out there. It's usually pretty easy. There you go. That came out the other side. Put that to the side. And then we'll go here. And this should wiggle free. Okay, and there you go. Trigger's out, and there you have a bare FCU. No trigger. So this is the Sig Sauer factory curved trigger, and we're going to go ahead and replace that with the Mcarbo flat trigger. And this has an adjustable hex screw in there to reduce travel, and we'll play with that right now. Right now I have it set to where it's flat, so this would probably mimic just about the same type of pull that the factory one does. So we'll get back started doing this. One thing to note, we want to keep this in place tends to want to fall out. If it does fall out, no big deal. It comes out and it can only go in one way. It slides right back in there, like so. There you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the new trigger in, and this will be as simple as lining everything up. Grabbing the takedown safety lever. You want to make sure that it grabs. I'll just show you really quick if I can. So this has a pin that sticks out the top. This pin and this hole on this lever go together. Okay, so that's what we're trying to achieve. Go ahead and get this back on. It's in there. Go ahead and get this guy back in. Like so. And then before we put everything back together on this side, we're going to go ahead and leave this to hang out a little bit on the side. What we want to do is put this part back in. So we'll go ahead and push this in. And what we're looking for is for it to turn all the way up into here. And it should drop right into place like that. Sorry. So I'll just go and do that again. So we're going to go ahead and put this in on this side. And what we're looking for is that click, right? So you're looking for that rotating step to be flush with the side of the FCU. So once that's flush, you know you're good. And you can go ahead and put all this back into place. So my finger on this for now, what I'll do is I'm going to go to this side and we have to put back in our trigger pin. Our trigger pin should be straightforward. It should just fall right into place with very little resistance. Because if there's too much resistance, the trigger will not pull correctly. So that goes right in. As you can see here, it is flush now. And then what we got to do now is put back in the trigger spring. Trigger spring goes back in. It goes in through this hole at the very top. It clips onto this side right here. And I'll try to get a pic to show you. So it hooks onto this side right here. So get a closer look at that. So right here is where it catches on this right here. And it goes through this hole. And I'll take it apart again just so you can see. So it goes through this hole up here. I can get it to drop in. There you go. And once it's in there, all we have to do is get this back into this portion of the spring, back into this hole right here, which is on the trigger lever. So I do this with a set of needle nose pliers. And what I usually do is a clamp, and this never really happens the first time, but you never know, I might get lucky. I did get lucky. And there you go. It drops right into there. Some people use the pick to pull back. As you can see there, you need to know sometimes it works off the first attempt. All right, so that's in place. This is in place. Everything is pretty much in place. All you have to do now is put on the takedown safety lever. And to do that, inside the takedown lever is a notch. So what you want to do is turn this to about 4 o'clock. And then you're going to want to gauge this end into that side. And then you're going to find a notch. And what you're going to do is you can pretty much move it around when it's in there. And what we'll do is we'll lay it flat. And then what we're trying to do now is get this back to where it was originally, behind the sear pin. And once it's there, you'll notice that there's play to go back, very little to go forward. You can't go forward anymore because it's hitting the sear pin. And then you'll rotate and drop back in this pin. There you go. That is reassembled. Go and get our grip module, drop it in. There we go. Put back in pin, FCU pin. Go. And then we'll put back on the slide. There you go. So you get an idea. So this is unadjusted. Hit a wall, back, and about the 90-degree mark, you hit a wall. A little bit of creep, 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 and pull. So that can be adjusted. That portion can be adjusted. This amount of travel needs to be adjusted, and we'll do that after we test it out a few times the way that it sits right now. Let's do that one more time. 90, hit the wall. Pressure, creep. There you go. That is the Mcarbo flat trigger kit. Aesthetically, it looks a lot better than the curved trigger. But yeah, we'll go ahead and test this out the way it is before making any adjustments to the trigger. Realistically, I think what I would probably do is start off here, go maximum, and then back off to see what it does. Hit the metal and see what it does. But that's it for today. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching.